Hi everyone, it's Catherine here and I'm bringing you this month's exclusive sleep tip, and this month I'm going to be showing you 5 tips on how you can smooth the transition from cot to bed for your toddler, maybe your older baby or older toddler as well. So the first tip that I'm going to recommend is if you've got time on your side and your child's not yet ready, which I'll cover in the next point, to move to a bed, the first thing I'd say is have a solid bedtime routine and make sure you've resolved any bedtime resistance before you start thinking about moving to a bed. So if your child is either taking a long time to go to sleep, you're having a lot of tears and tantrums before and during bedtime, or they're just waking frequently between bedtime and midnight, I'd say that that's the first step before moving them to a bed, if time is on your side, i.e. if they're not ready to move into a bed anyway, is to resolve those challenges first, because that's going to make it a lot easier. If not, you may see your child getting in and out of their bed a million times during bedtime and afterwards as well. So that is what I'd recommend as first tip. Number 2 would be timing is absolutely key. So when I say when your child is ready, don't move them into bed until they're ready. And for this, I mean, they might be outgrown their cot, or it's really about safety. So if they're climbing out of their cot, which is what happened for our son Oliver, he was able to climb out of the other side, so we knew that it was time for him to have a bed. Or you may have another child on the way and you might be under restrictions in terms of the cot that your child's sleeping in. So do not, I would highly not recommend not to move to a bed unless it's absolutely essential, because there's no need to move a child that's happy in their cot and that isn't climbing out, and if you don't need the cot for something else as well. Number 3 is thinking about the type of bed that you might want. So we went for a floor bed, which was great. So Oliver is able to climb out of his floor bed. He doesn't climb out of it, but also it's got a little bit of protection around it with a frame, so that if he does roll around, he doesn't fall out of bed. The other option is obviously to go for a toddler bed with a bed guard. Some toddlers can climb out of these as well. So floor beds are fantastic. I really recommend them. They're a Scandinavian idea, and yeah, it just gives children that peace of mind. So if they can't fall out of bed, they don't get worried or unconfident about being in their bed, which also can provide bedtime resistance or increase nighttime wakings as well. Number 4 is to keep routines, and what I mean by that is and the same sleep cues as well. So let me give you some examples from our own personal experience. So when we moved Oliver into his bed, we told him a few days before that he was going to move into his big boy bed. We made it very exciting. But that's all we did. We moved him to his bed, we kept his sleeping bag, we kept his comforter, we kept everything the same, his bedtime routine, the same bedtime books. And this really gave him confidence and reassurance that when he went to sleep in his big boy bed. Then, over time, we've started to take away some of his sleep cues. So, for example, this week we've taken away his sleeping bag. But before we did that, we introduced his duvet just if he laid and slept on it, so he got used to it. And then a week later, we took away his sleeping bag and said, Oliver, you don't need a sleeping bag anymore. You're a big boy. You're going to sleep in your big boy duvet. But it wasn't just a case of, right, we're going to move him into his new bed, get rid of his sleeping bag, get rid of any routine that you had before. That routine will really give your children reassurance and peace of mind, so that hopefully they will continue to sleep through the night as well. Number 5 is have a plan. So we had a plan, although obviously I'm a little bit more prepared and knowledgeable because I'm a sleep consultant. We had a plan if Oliver was to get out of bed. Some parents like to install a stair gate for safety, or to go alongside a sleep coaching technique that they use. We use the stair gate for safety. Our house isn't necessarily safe. We live in a 16th century cottage. For him to be wandering around in the middle of the night, and he can open the doors. So stair gate for safety I really recommend. Have a think about what you're going to do if your child is going to be getting out of their bed a million times a night. Hopefully they won't if you follow all these 5 steps. But if they do, what can you do to help teach them to stay in their bed? So some parents will use gentle sleep coaching techniques, some people will use more traditional methods. So have a look into the methods that feel comfortable for you, and the key here is choosing something that you can stick to as a family. So there are my 5 key tips on moving your child from a cot to a bed, and I look forward to seeing you next month. Take care. Bye.